Evelyn Oswego. I'm Kim Chung.
And I'm Dominic Mondi. This is WTOP 10 News. Coming up, Sheena Morris's suicide is actually a homicide. Her family states they have proof about the staged homicide and strives toward justice to our killer.
And later, we have news about Cayuga Community College having to lay off some faculty members because of their financial deficit due to their low enrollment rate.
The investigation of the death of 22-year-old Sheena Morris will be featured on ABC's 2020. On January 1st, 2009, she was found hung in her hotel room. The police reported her death as a suicide, but her family members have evidence to prove that the death was in fact a staged homicide, in order to fool the police into thinking that it was a suicide. Years later, the national media has deciding to pick up on her story. Sheena's mother, Kelly Osborne, states, "I'm pleased that the national media picked up on Sheena's story. It has been years since there has been national media. It shows me that people care and that they are so interested." She also states, as to the person who did this to Sheena, that person has been living free for far too long. She continues to dedicate her life to proving her daughter's death as a homicide.
7 workers from Cayuga Community College have been told that after December 31st, they'll no longer be employed. Cayuga Community College is going through very tough financial times, says their president, and their enrollment rate is declining. For the 2012-2013 school year, the school spent more than they had coming in, exceeding the school's budget. The campus wants a new dorm building to be built, but they do not have enough money for the project. Much of the financial problems depend on the low enrollment rate they have.
The Madison County Sheriff's Office recently shut down a methamphetamine lab in Munnsville. The police responded to a call and determined that a detached garage had a clandestine lab in operation. The home's owner, Scott Lohr, came home to find the police in his garage. He was arrested for unlawful manufacture of methamphetamine of the 3rd degree and is currently being held in the Madison County Jail.
Recently, Oswego High School student Council President Cara Wees talked about a few programs that can give high school students college credits. Program Lead the Way, Advanced Placement, and Syracuse University Project Advance, just to name a few, are some of the programs that are offered. Specifically, with the Project Lead the Way, students can take pre-engineering courses offered through RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, that can give them up to 16 college credit hours. With the expensive cost of college, this can definitely help lower the cost of tuition.
And now a quick check of your weather with meteorologist David Hermanovich.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meteorologist David Hermanovich with your Storm Team 10 weather preview. I'm standing outside here, Campus Center. Pretty good night, I gotta say. It's about 56 degrees, very calm winds. It's a very clear night. The calms are extremely calm. All I can hear is rustling of a couple trees. So if any of you night owls want to take a walk at night, very good night to do so. Just be sure to bring a little bit of a jacket or a sweater. As we go over to the weather radar and we look across New York State, see it's very clear. There's a couple rain showers out to the west, but those won't touch us one bit. As we look at tonight's weather, the farthest down our temperatures will dip tonight is about 53 degrees, but those clear skies and those calm winds will stay around the entire night. I'll be back later with my full Storm Team 10 weather forecast, but for now, let's head back to the desk with Dominic and Kim.
Thanks, Dave. You know what I can say, though, about this season of the fall in October? The best thing for me is probably the apple cider.
Yeah, definitely. All the dining halls are serving apple cider.
Oh, it's a miracle. It's like apple juice, but better. The New York State Fair director, Thomas J. Ryan, who mostly worked behind the scenes, is stepping down. The state has set up a search committee to find a new director. Ryan stated, "I was honored to serve Governor Cuomo's administration as fair director this year, and I thank him for all the people who made this year's event significant success that it was." Former Syracuse Mayor Matt Driscoll, head of the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation, is currently head of the search committee's panels and is currently looking for a replacement.
A 7-year-old girl from Liverpool is taking her passion for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu international. Valencia Bidewell, a resident of Liverpool, wants children all over the world to practice the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Valencia became interested in the martial art 2 years ago when her father began to teach her. She wants the students all over the world to have the special uniform they wear called a gi. If you want to help Valencia collect her goal of 100 gis, visit www.thegiproject.worldpress.com.
Shinneman has been taking the Oswego campus by storm. Students and alum from all over the state have come in to see Oswego's newest building.
Student media organizations have been covering the event all week. Dan I and Seamus Simon are here to discuss more.
Thank you guys for joining us. So what do you guys have to say about the new Shinneman opening?
Well, Seamus, I don't know if you want to go first here. Tell us what the Oswegonian has.
The whole open house and everything. I'm the news editor for the Oswegonian. The whole open house and everything. Well, I went around, took some pictures. There were student presentations going on all day. There were posters. A lot of the students had actually studied abroad and done their research abroad, so it was really neat to see that. I checked out the planetarium, got some pictures of that. We're gonna have a whole spread on A4 of the paper with the pictures and some captions to go along with that, so it's gonna be really cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and in terms of WTOP's coverage of this event, I'm being told by our news director, Jackie Hart, as all of you know, I'm sports, I don't know so much about this. But on Friday, we are going to have live coverage from 1:30 until 4 o'clock. We're going to have a bit of a preview show. Molly Matat's going to be here on the desk, guiding you through that. And then at 2 o'clock, we'll jump over to the festivities, the ceremonies going on in Shinneman at Rice Creek with what's going on there. Bring it back here from 3:30 to 4. We have a couple of live reporters heading out in the field. Just some people going out just to get the reaction and see what this new building has to offer for this campus and what this has. In addition to the big event from 1:30 to 4 on Friday, Friday morning news, top of the morning, when you wake up then, there's going to be a couple of interviews then, Thursday night, tomorrow night. Also going to be some interviews with students who have made presentations in Shinneman throughout the week. So WTOP as well as the Oswegonian doing a lot of work at the end of this week as it comes to a conclusion to make sure that the recognition is given to this new building.
All right, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up, will your state and national news.
Also, stay tuned for weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist David Hermanovich. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school,
Good.
and that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
We are the Tigers from Pet 885. And you are watching WTOP. Yeah!
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Stop. What's she doing? She was a passenger. So I was deboned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk. I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed? Well, so you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
everybody. My name is David Hermanovich, Chief Meteorologist, and this is your Storm Team 10 full weather forecast. As I said earlier, current conditions about 56 degrees, clear skies, very calm winds. It's a very good night. Any of you night owls out there want to go for a walk, go for it. As we look at our state temperatures right now, more around our area, Watertown and Syracuse both 61 degrees, Rochester 62. More farther away, down towards Binghamton is our lowest temperature, that's 57 degrees. And then more down towards New York City, that's our highest temperature recorded, 77 degrees. As we look at our state radar, as I said earlier, absolutely nothing outside, no rain, no clouds, anything. It's a beautiful, clear night. As we look at our top weather headlines, tomorrow's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be about 74 degrees. I'm going to get to that in a minute. It's going to be much of the same weather that we've seen the past 2 weeks, but on Friday, it's going to be very moist. It's going to be damp. There's going to be a lot of rain. And then this weekend is also going to be very unstable. A chance of rain at least a little bit every single day, going into early next week into Monday. But as we look at tonight, like as I said earlier, 53 degrees, going to get down to about 53 degrees. Very clear, calm winds coming out of the north, very light, nothing too, you don't have to worry. Tomorrow is going to be mostly sunny, 74 degrees. Light wind, nothing too bad, but again, most of what we've seen the past couple weeks, we've had a nice high pressure system sitting up here. It's been giving us great weather, absolutely beautiful weather. We haven't had any rain really the past 2 weeks at all. As we break down the day, 8 o'clock is going to be clear and it's going to be cool. Not going to be a whole lot of clouds in the sky, but the temperature will be around 50. So on your morning commute, just be sure to bring a jacket or a sweater with you. But as we move through the day, 69 degrees around noontime, be getting a little bit warmer. Be able to feel the sun a little bit more. And then on your evening commute, 70 degrees. It's going to be a very nice end of the day on your way home. As we look tomorrow night, that's when that rain that we see on Friday, that's when that is going to start. It's going to start about midway through the night. The temperature will be getting down to 59 degrees. It's going to be moist. It's going to be cloudy, and there's going to be a lot of showers. A little bit of wind coming from the east as well. And this is the reason why. Thursday, we have this high pressure system right here that's been sitting around the northeast for a good 2 weeks now. That's been giving us our very good weather. But as we look out here, this is where the thunderstorms that are going to be coming in on Friday. This is what's going to be giving us our unstable weather, our mucky weather, and our very moist weather. And we look at our 5-day forecast. As we said earlier, Thursday, nice. Friday, not so much, thunderstorms. And as we look at later on in the weekend, we see there's going to be a little bit of a chance of showers every single day. Monday, a small chance of showers, but it's still going to be very cloudy. Temperatures for this weekend going to be around mid-70s, but on Monday, that's when we're going to start seeing some more fall-like temperatures, possibly for the next week, but definitely Monday going to be mid-60s.
Thanks so much, Dave. And it's a shame to see all that nice weather come to an end with this rain.
Well, sometimes I like to see a little bit of rain, especially when we've had such very nice temperatures for the better part of the last 2 weeks, and every day's been the same. It's nice to have a little bit of change of pace in the weather. A little bit of rain doesn't hurt the earth at all.
That's very true. The government has been shut down for almost 2 days, but what most people do not understand is how the average American is affected.
Here to discuss the effects.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
So give us what's going on? How are Americans being affected by the government being shut down?
Well, basically, military will still be running, the mail will still be coming to your house, but if you want to get a loan, let's say, or take out a gun, or even a passport, that will be at a halt right now because of the disagreements with the spending bills.
That is amazing. Is something like this, how long has it been since something like this has happened?
Last one, I believe, was in 1995.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was for 21 days, so this one could last more or even shorter, depending on how long it takes for them to...
Yes, the White House website confirms that about 800,000 total federal employees are going to be furloughed, which means they will be getting paid. A lot of services departments will be partially closed. Some significant NASA, almost all of the NASA Space Department will be closed. Some USDA services departments. The Republicans and Democrats actually met earlier this evening and no agreement was reached. Reed and John Boehner had both some comments to fire at each other's respective parties, of course. So looks like we're going into day 3, I believe, tomorrow, with another government shutdown still in effect.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard on the economy, but
Right. People were afraid that they weren't going to get their pay and they weren't going to maybe lose their jobs, but people need to ease down. Only certain things are gone. How are the veterans reacting to this event?
well, veterans have been pretty quiet so far. We haven't heard too much about veterans, but we do know a lot of federal workers are getting laid off, which that's being talked about a lot. We did $55 billion, I think, is expected to be costing in the economy.
Yeah, I would expect the veterans to be the first ones to protest against this.
Yeah, probably we'll see something like that soon.
Right. So overall, what do you guys think is what's gonna be solved here? What's the point of this?
Well, there's obviously disagreement over what's known as Obamacare, the Affordable Health Care Act. It seems that just no side really wants to lose their ground. There's just no bipartisanship that's really taking effect right now. So it's frustrating for Americans to see. A lot of them think that both parties are to blame. There was a poll conducted recently. I believe it was the Chicago Tribune that actually conducted it today. About 46% of Americans who were a part of the poll believe that both parties are to blame. 24% think Republicans, 19% Democrats. So it seems that Americans don't care who's to blame necessarily if there is one side over the other. They just want something to be fixed.
Right. I guess we'll have to wait this one out and see what happens. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Boaters are stuck waiting in the Erie Canal for repairs on Lock E13. Officials worry that this pileup of boats will cause an extreme problem for all seagoers. All boaters are advised to take any other water route necessary. Boaters have been currently docked at the Sylvan Beach, but have seemed to manage due to friendly boating neighbors. They've supplied us with water, with rides to the hardware store to pick up supplies, said Andre Du Bois. Boaters will remain at Sylvan Beach until Lock E13 is reopened 4 days from Thursday.
A New York biker is free on bond after facing charges today in connection with a high-speed chase and attack on an SUV driver. Motorcyclist Christopher Cruz made a court appearance in Manhattan. The 28-year-old Cruz was charged with reckless driving, then freed on a $1,500 bond. Cruz did not enter a plea, but his attorney says he's not guilty. The biker ran over the incident is currently hospitalized with serious injuries.
The jury has rejected a claim that the promoter of Michael Jackson's comeback concerts was negligent in hiring the doctor who killed the superstar with a drug overdose. Katherine Jackson is holding an AEG and Live LLC responsible for her son's death. AEG Live denied these claims and said Jackson hired Dr. Conrad Murray. Murray was convicted for involuntary manslaughter in 2011 after giving Jackson the overdose of medication. Katherine was seeking millions of dollars in damages for herself and Michael's 3 children. Coming up, we'll have your full sports updates with Matt Drexler.
And we'll sit down with the Asogoni and WNYO to discuss their coverage of Shitterman. But first, let's take a look at your late night menu.
The forest is precious. One careless act caused by people, and its beauty could be gone for a lifetime. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Every night before the show, me and the guys, we like to loosen up a little bit.
Blue 42, hike!
Every now and then, Dan likes to take it a little too far. But hey, the show's all about competition, so we'll take it.
Stupid Dan with stupid football and stupid running.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Just last week by scoring his first 2 career goals against Morrisville and Geneseo. His first goal came against Morrisville by netting a chip shot in the 8th minute of the match to give Oswego the first goal of the game. Sprague scored his second goal just 42 seconds into the game against Geneseo, again getting Oswego on the board early. You can see Sprague and the Lakers again this Friday at 4 p.m. against Pittsburgh. It turns out that there will be football after all this Saturday for Air Force, Army, and Navy after being threatened by the United States Defense Department, and the Defense Department temporarily canceled games this weekend, threatened to cancel games due to the shutdown. All the service academies voted yes to play the games, but the decision was pending the final approval by the Secretary of Defense. After they got the approval, the 3 teams got right to work and prepared for Saturday's games. Moving on to baseball and the playoffs, the Pittsburgh Pirates played their first game of October baseball in 21 years last night against the Reds at PNC Park. The Pirates showed some pop in their lineup as Marlon Byrd and Russell Martin combined for 3 home runs, 2 coming from Martin. Reds starter Johnny Cueto showed some nerves on the hill as the black-clad crowd chanted his name in the 2nd inning, causing him to drop the ball. The very next pitch, Martin would go deep to give the Pirates a 2-0 lead. They never looked back from there as they won the game 6-2, allowing them to advance to the next round of the playoffs.
Coming up, we will take a look at the lighter side of news.
And later, we'll have the lighter side of the news. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry.
Pastor Honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hi, I'm Al Roker, class of '76, Oswego State University. You're watching WTOP, Channel 10. We didn't have this when I was in school. We just had radio and smoke signals.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Jose and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
And welcome back once again. Clusters of Roman skulls have been discovered deep below London's Liverpool Street by construction workers digging a new rail route through England's capital. Tunnelers working on the Crossrail project found about 20 skulls that are thought to date to the 3rd or 4th century. They're among more than 10,000 archaeological items found by rail workers since 2009.
Celtics forward Brandon Bass is taking up a new pastime, swimming. Despite owning a lakefront home and jet skis, the NBA player says he does not know how to tread water. Now he's teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club to make sure he and a bunch of Boston area kids learn to swim so they can be safe in the water.
Weather around Oswego has been beautiful for the past couple days.
Our very own meteorologist, David Hermanovich, will be giving us the update on what to expect this weekend.
Well, good evening, everybody, again. Just taking a look at our class right now. When you head out to classes, you early morning class people, 50 degrees outside. As the day goes on, around 12:40, it'll be 69 degrees, and then our highs of the day will be at about early afternoon, about 3, 4, or 5 o'clock, 74 degrees. And as we look at our 3-day forecast, tomorrow again 74 degrees, very nice, very clear. Friday though, not so much, a little stormy, 71 degrees, low is 61, and Saturday will be a little moist at 72 degrees. And if you want to follow us online, we're on Twitter at WTOP10, Facebook, facebook.com/WTOP10TV, or you can email us at meteorology@WTOP10.com.
So that weather, I'm ready for the rain.
Yeah, we've like the past few weeks, we just had no rain at all, and at some point I do like a little bit of rain. Just don't shoot the messenger if you really wanted to go outside and do something fun. So I'm sorry, I'm very sorry.
Hey, when you get nice weather around here, you have to soak it up, because I'm telling you, when that winter rolls around.
Let's hope the weather doesn't cancel the Pumpkin Festival coming up soon, actually.
Oh really? Where do you know where that is?
It's in Fulton, actually.
Fulton, okay.
Right around here. If you have a chance to go, take advantage of it now. I heard it's a great time.
If you do go, just make sure you bring an umbrella.
That's true.
Definitely bring an umbrella. It's going to be like that a little bit this weekend, and we don't know yet if it'll be the start of some very fall temperatures, but we do know that this weekend is going to be a little unstable.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us here at WTOP 10. I'm Dominic Mondi.
I'm Kim Chung.
And I'm Matt Drexler, along with
David Hermanovich.
And thank you for joining us. Have a great night, Oswego.